I'm going to touch on a few things during this video. One, I'm going to be making a head from stainless steel wire. It will be the whole entire process, minus a few things at the end where I know I messed up. But this is me starting off my YouTube channel. I'm finishing up the body right now. I started this in the previous video. One metal wire stacked beside another wire all around a frame. This is a very tedious process, but it gives me the results I definitely want. But here's where I start the head. Always just a frame. I use the TIG torch, almost like a paintbrush, liquefying the stainless steel, putting it exactly where I want it. What you can't see under the table is my foot is moving very fast up and down, changing the temperature of the torch. After I establish exactly what I want the head to look like, I will start layering the wires right beside each other. I will go through hundreds of pounds of stainless steel wire. I used to buy the wire from welding suppliers, all pre-cut, made exactly for the TIG welding process. But I found it was easier and cheaper to acquire it in a spool from a wire company out of Pennsylvania. It does require me to have to stretch it out myself and straighten it, but it gives me exactly what I need. In order to do this, you really have to be patient. You have to have an idea of what you want and keep that idea stuck in your head. To date, I have maybe 3 weeks of nothing but stainless steel welding on this sculpture. After I lay down all the wire where I want it, I will make a thin pass with a MIG welder, just fusing all the wires together, just to give me a basic skin. I've had a lot of people ask me about the type of welders I enjoy or what I like. I have both Lincoln and Miller, and I find them all very useful, but I'm really partial to my blue Miller TIG welders and MIG welders. After I finish laying down the skin pass, I get out the wire wheel, clear off all the oxidized or crystallized stainless from the MIG welding process. Here you can see I'm starting to build up the nose. A little bit of wire on top of itself. Changing angles. Adding a little bit more filler rod. You have to think about how metal flows when it turns into a liquid. Everything wants to fall downwards. Gravity affects it all the time, so I think about that as I build up a nose or work on the cheeks. Every so often I'll dip it in water and cool it off, just so I can continue moving forward. And for real detail, I have to lock it down to the table to keep it from moving. Adding some cheekbones. I'm also the owner of the company, so every so often I have my employees stop and asking me questions. Building up the upper lip. Sometimes I don't like it, so I will remove it. In this case, the bridge of the nose was a little too thick. After using the burrs for a while, getting everything where I needed it, I get out the 60 grit sandpaper or flap wheel and just really take the texture down to a smooth surface. It doesn't get in all the cracks, but it does take care of the the surface that is readily available or I can easily access. I come back in with a burr for those spots that I can't. The worst part about what I'm doing now is that this burr creates these little stainless steel splinters. If you're not wearing gloves or sleeves, you'll get these in everything. And they're about impossible to get out. Watch them, they're flying in the air. After all the sanding, I love to look at it, give it a once over and see if there's anything else I need to correct on it. In this case, there's still a lot I need to do. At this point, I'm using the Dremel to refine every little detail about the face, even to that little dimple underneath the nose. I can't even remember what it's called, but the Dremel helped me to refine all the little cracks, the part around the lips. I go through this process with the Dremel and other sanding tools, the buffer tools, eventually polishing it up. The polishing itself took several hours. This is the first stages of it being polished. Eventually, I start to add ears. I hope you enjoyed this video that I made. If you have any questions, comments, or just enjoyed it, please like and share, subscribe, and have an amazing day.